Good day, here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has conveyed the Philippines' openness to working with the United States to an even greater extent of their bilateral ties. The president said this as he received members of the visiting U.S. Senate Armed Services Committee congressional delegation led by Senators Roger Wicker and Deb Fisher at Malacañang Palace on Thursday. Their meeting focused on strengthening defense cooperation, supporting the modernization of the armed forces of the Philippines, and promoting peace and stability in the region. Marcos thanked the senators for the support given by the U.S. in strengthening their partnership. He underscored the close and long-standing relations between Manila and Washington, D.C. in the face of challenges that the Philippines is going through. Marcos also emphasized the need to deepen collaboration through multilateral arrangements in the Indo-Pacific region. For his part, Wicker highlighted the importance of the Philippines-U.S. alliance, describing it as one of the most important and steadily growing in terms of closeness. The U.S. lawmakers are in a two-day visit following a series of high-level exchanges between Manila and Washington as they tackle regional security tensions, particularly in the South China Sea. Meanwhile, Malacañang joins the upcoming celebration of National Press Freedom Day as it calls on the media to uphold responsible and ethical media in a time of digital advancements. In a speech during the National Press Freedom Day conference at the Ibis Styles Hotel Manila in Quezon City on Thursday, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro recognized the crucial role of the Philippine press in safeguarding democracy. Castro emphasized the roles of writers, reporters, scholars, and journalists in providing accurate, fair, and transparent information to the public. She called to mind the challenges faced by the media in a rapidly evolving media landscape, including the rise of fake news on social media and growing public skepticism. Castro reaffirmed the Marcos administration's commitment to support the media amid these challenges and uphold press freedom. She called on media members to continue growing in their craft and become models for future generations of citizens and journalists. The Presidential Communications Officer, PCO, organized the one-day conference with the theme Press Freedom in the Digital Age, Rights, Responsibilities, and Realities in celebration of National Press Freedom Day on August 30. The day honors Marcelo H. Del Pilar, known as the father of Philippine journalism. In his open remarks, PCO Assistant Secretary Jose Maria Villarama II said press freedom is a cornerstone of democracy that must be protected and practiced responsibly in the digital age. Leaders of the House of Representatives have expressed support for the call of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to hold a lifestyle check on government officials. House Committee on Human Rights Chair Manila Representative Bienvenido Abante Jr. said the lifestyle check should include members of the judiciary. Bicol Saro Party List Representative Terry Redon, who chairs the House Public Accounts Committee, said he believes there would be no problem if members of Congress and the judiciary would undergo the said lifestyle check. He said while the president wants to respect the co-equality of the branches of government, he also noted the expectations on all government officials and employees to lead and live modest lives. President Marcos Jr. ordered the lifestyle check starting with officials of the Department of Public Works and Highways or DPWH amid the ongoing investigation on ghost flood control projects. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said the president also directed a continuing audit of DPWH records. The president previously led the inspection of 11 flood control projects in Marikina, Iloilo, Bulacan, and Benguet. Castro said the lifestyle check will eventually cover the entire executive branch. Malacañang said that as of Wednesday morning, the Sumbong sa Pangulo platform has received 9,020 reports on questionable flood control projects. The palace continues to urge the public to stay vigilant and to report anomalies in government projects in their areas. The Department of Budget and Management and the Department of the Interior and Local Government have signed a joint memorandum circular or JMC to release the 700 million pesos of financial assistance for local government projects. The projects are under the 2025 Support and Assistance Fund to Participatory Budgeting Program. In a Facebook post, DBM said the fund will benefit more than 40 local government units nationwide. Of the total beneficiaries, 35 LGUs will implement projects aimed at improving access to safe and resilient water supply and sanitation services, while 9 disaster-prone LGUs will receive support for construction of climate-smart evacuation centers. DBM Undersecretary Wilford Will Wong and DILG Undersecretary Marlo Iringan formalized the agreement in Quezon City. The program is part of the government's key efforts to strengthen participatory budgeting and ensure responsive delivery of basic services at the local level. In our business news, the Social Security System, or SSS, is expecting its net income to be surpassed by 100 billion pesos this year. In a briefing at the SSS office in Quezon City, SSS President and Chief Executive Officer Robert Joseph Declaro said that the percentage of growth in net income this year is ranging from 38 to 43% year-on-year. The agency reached 90.2 billion pesos of net income last year. Declaro revealed that half of the projected net income for this year would come from SSS investments. For next year, SSS is projecting at least 8% further increase in its net income. Declaro said they will continue the coverage drive as they will implement better collection mechanisms and provide better education for self-employed and voluntary on why they need to contribute in the Social Security. Meanwhile, the Development Bank of the Philippines, or DBP, provided a 815 million peso term loan to a mass housing developer for the construction of 3 residential buildings in Bulacan province. In a statement, DBP President and CEO Michael De Jesus said the funding assistance to Bright Homes and Realty Corporation is under its credit facility for the Bahay 4PH program. Bright Homes and Realty Corporation is a 30-year-old housing company and known for affordable mass housing developments. It proposed 3 residential buildings that will rise in Santa Maria, Bulacan that will benefit around 900 individuals from low and middle income classes. De Jesus said the DBP Bahay 4PH program is designed to provide financing local government units, housing developers and contractors participating as project proponents in the Bagong Pilipinas Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino, or 4PH program of the Marcos administration. He added that the agency is planning to release 50 billion pesos in loans under the program by the end of 2030. And those are the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I am William Theo. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing you stories that unite the nation.